other problems in federal litigation. So you can't talk about nationwide injunctions without also talking about forum shopping, right? It's the combination of those two, as well as a couple other factors that I'll mention, that make the problem especially difficult, right? If all judges were fair and did the right thing, and there weren't extremist judges, and we may disagree about which ones those are. The gentleman who spoke earlier, I forget his name, it might have been Steve, right? He obviously has a different point of view than I do about which judges we might be wanting to be pointing a finger at. But, right, they operate in tandem, right? If you know you can file a case in Texas in a district where there's only one judge, and that judge has some very extreme opinions, and that judge has the ability to issue a nationwide injunction, right? It's the compounding of the two problems, or you could argue three problems, that make it such a problem. So what's the answer? The answer is, this is the beauty of our system, right? We have a common law system in this country, right? We have an incremental system where judges do things, and then courts of appeals review them, and this is true in state as well as federal law, federal courts. And when a district court goes too far, a court of appeals starts to lay some rules down, right? They say, well, judges do have authority to issue TROs, to order injunctions. They do have the ability to issue injunctions that infect people who aren't parties to the case, but it's an extreme remedy, and these are the sorts of things that ought to be present for a district court to do that. That, going back to my point to Gary, that then becomes the law of that circuit. Other circuits may develop other standards, and it's an issue which ultimately could reach the Supreme Court, where the Supreme Court decides, well, there's a circuit split. Some circuits say district courts can do whatever they want. Other circuits say they can only issue a nationwide injunction if these three factors are present, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the Supreme Court tries to issue guidance. But this extreme view that it's just insane that a district court could issue a form of relief that is nationwide, or if you take the Trump regime at its word, right? They say their position is a judge should only be able to issue a remedy which impacts the aggrieved party in the litigation. So imagine what this would look like, right? A federal employee sues the government and says, you're violating my constitutional rights by firing me. You fired 7,000 other people as well, but you're violating the statute, you're violating the Constitution, you're doing such things as will amaze the judge, and you need to stop it. The Trump regime's position is all the court should be able to do is say, fire Susie back. Susie's the plaintiff in this case. You have found that the government acted against the statute or unconstitutionally. But all the judge should be able to do is order you to hire Susie back. If Bill wants his job back, well, then let him go to some other federal judge or the same federal judge and sue. It's crazy that courts can issue a remedy. It's crazy that, let me finish. It's crazy that courts can issue a remedy that applies to someone other than the actual plaintiff to whom they're giving relief. I hope I've demonstrated why that is an idiotic position. It doesn't deserve to be taken seriously, but it's the sort of stuff that we get out of the Trump regime every day. It's just craziness. And again, they're not doing it because they think they're going to win the day. They're doing it because it's, again, fake. Just think of it as every time they say one of these things, all they're saying is fake courts, fake courts. Oh my God, impeach that judge. Fake courts, fake courts, fake courts. That's all they're doing. It's very simple. They want the general public to believe what Steve already believes. Oh my God, the hubris of the judiciary. They're making laws every day. They're acting in cases in which they have a clear conflict. Kill the judges. Steve already believes what the Trump regime wants us all to believe. And of course, it's nonsense.
So I just want to say, I don't think you were correcting me. I think you were clarifying me, and I'm glad you did. Because apparently